Hey you guys, so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about conversations, keeping them short, sweet, simple, not overwhelming, to the point, and getting that to translate into customers and challengers for you. There's a couple of things that go into this, because there's so much information that we can be sharing that we do not want to overwhelm people. So it's really important to get them talking first so that you know what information is going to apply to them specifically and stick to those details. So I'm going to take you through a sample conversation, just like a similar one that I've had that I think would be a good example. But first, I just have my notes here. You want to make sure that your page is matching what you're saying in private messenger. It doesn't matter how great you are at conversations or how short, sweet, simple, and direct you are about it. It doesn't matter how valuable what you're offering is. If you ask somebody to join the virtual wellness studio, or you're talking to somebody about the coaching opportunity and how great it is and that it could be such a good fit for their life, but then they go to your social media and you're not talking about this virtual wellness studio or you're not talking about this coaching opportunity, they're going to be like, that's weird. Something about this is fishy or sketchy or scammy. This isn't real. If it was that good, she'd be talking about it on her social media, right? So there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. I won't say wrong way. There's a right way and a better way to do this. And when I go to your social media page, and I get that social media can be used for a lot of different things, what helps me kind of rein it in, choose one platform that's business. For me, my Instagram is business. I don't care what friends follow me there. I don't look at what people share on Instagram. It is business. I'm there to post for a purpose and to connect with my future customers and coaches, right? And you have to get in that mindset about it, because I have had a lot of really good friends unfollow me on Instagram because they're like, Alyssa, this is annoying. I don't want to see this. Whatever. And at first I was butthurt about it, but I'm not trying to sign these people as my customers and as my coaches. They're my good friends in real life. So I just had to get over it and be like, okay, yeah, I get it. This is not for you. So obviously it would be annoying to you. So if it's going to be annoying to people, you need to bless and release and not get offended about it, because that just means the opportunity is not for them, which is good, because this opportunity is not for everybody. And you want to narrow down who is on your page to the people that this opportunity is a good fit for or could potentially be a good fit for in the future, right? So you need that polarity. You're not here to sell to everybody. You're not here to recruit everybody. You're not here to serve everybody. Each one of us is going to have a different audience that we're reaching, and a different avatar, you could say, that we're reaching. And that's the cool thing about this, because somebody who connects with me is not going to connect with one of you, or somebody who's connecting with you might not connect with me at all. And that's the coolest thing about it, because there's so many different kinds of people out there, and all of us are so different. And so that's what sets you apart. That's what makes you different than all the other coaches out there, is you need to be you and authentically you, and share how this is impacting your life, big, small, whatever, right? Because even if you're brand new, even if you haven't seen a paycheck yet, this coaching opportunity or this virtual wellness studio has impacted your life in a positive way, or you wouldn't be here. So talk about that, share about that. Don't be salesy about it. It's not about selling something. It's about sharing the opportunity and showing people the value it can bring into their lives, and allowing them to see that and make the decision for themselves. So you're going to get a lot of people unfollowing you. You're going to get a lot of haters out there. You're going to get a lot of people who just don't understand it. And that just comes with it. That's part of it. So I'm not going to lie to you and say that's not going to happen, or it's not going to be hard. It's going to be hard, and it's going to suck, and it's going to be uncomfortable, but it's worth it, because I'm just over a year and a half into this now, and I'm finally starting to get a good, consistent following on my social media of people who I actually vibe with, and people who have the same goals and drive as me. And that didn't happen in the beginning because I was trying to be a people pleaser and like impress everybody and please everybody and say this opportunity is for everybody. This virtual wellness studio is for everybody. It's perfect for everybody. It's not, right? And I'm not perfect to work with everybody. I'm not a good fit to work with everybody. And that's the message I was giving out. And so it brought a lot of challengers into my community and a lot of coaches onto my team who are no longer here because it wasn't a good fit, and I was putting on this like facade about it, like, oh yeah, this is for everybody. I work great with everybody, you know, everybody can be just like me, and just reality, that's not it. So I went through those growing pains, which is why I share it with you, because all of my original coaches, only one of them is still here, and I went through a period where in like a 6-week period, I lost 9 coaches. And yeah, that was hard for my business, but I am very grateful because it made me like do a lot of self-reflection and look back and be like, okay, what can I learn from this? What can I improve from this? And what I learned is that I was making like blanket statements. I was trying to impress everybody. I was trying to make everybody happy. And I wasn't being like truly me. And so I was attracting people who were not good fits for me. We were not good fits for each other, right? And so it's super important to, from the beginning, go like just truly who you are. And I know that's terrifying. I get it, which is why it took me so long to get to that point. But once I got to that point, my business started to grow again, and you guys are all here now. So it's like, it's worth it, as scary as it is. And like, if you need to vent about it or talk about it or want to hear more about my experience on it, like, please reach out, because I'm totally open about it. And it's something important to know, especially being new. Okay, so that was a tangent. But the point of that, if your social media doesn't match what you're saying in private messenger, people are not going to sign up. They're not going to trust you. They're going to think it's a scam. There's 1,000,002 internet scams out there right now. There's 1,000,002 people trying to sell you something on social media right now. We need to differentiate ourselves from that. We need to instead share the opportunity and allow people to see how it can be of value to their lives, right? There's a total mindset shift in that. There's a total presentation shift in that. So like, we're not talking about, oh, I have this product and it's on sale, or, oh, I have, I don't know. I don't talk about products at all. Directly. I will show my shake, and I won't be like, oh yeah, buy my shake and join me. It will be, oh my gosh, so thankful for my shake today because I've been feeling so under the weather and the vitamins have given me such a boost. And I don't say what it's called, because you want people to come to you and be like, oh, hey, what's that shake you're drinking? Right? Because then that opens up the conversation, and instead of typing back and being like, oh, it's Shakeology, you'd be like, oh my gosh, it's this great blend of superfruits and vitamins and like whatever brings value into your life, share that. And then you ask them, are you drinking a shake like this right now? Are you looking to drink a shake like this right now? What kind of goals are you working on? Get them talking about themselves. In conversations, you want people to talk about themselves, right? We're not pitching anything to them. We are figuring out what are their goals, what are they struggling with, how do they feel right now, and how do they want to feel in a perfect world, right? And then that's when we have solutions that we can offer them. So this is the part where I'll give you a second, grab a pen and paper. I'm going to take you through a conversation, and I can type this up for you guys later today. I have my new computer is getting delivered today. I'm super excited. I have never had a real computer when I've been working this business. Like, I had one a long time ago and it just never worked, or it stopped working because it was old. So I've been just working off my phone. I've been going to my parents' house to use their computer when I need it, but I ordered myself a new MacBook and it's getting delivered today, and I'm so excited. Long overdue. I might keep looking out the window for the mailman. Okay, so in a conversation, if somebody reaches out to you, I will pull like from these ideas, but this is generally, I'm reaching out to somebody first, right? I would say like 10% of the people I enroll are people who reached out to me first. The majority of them are people I reached out to first. So you can't sit around and wait for people to reach out to you. You need to be messaging people. And I don't message people out of the blue. I don't randomly like spam people and be like, hey, you know nothing about me and I know nothing about you, but sign up with me, or would you be interested? Don't do that. So how I find people to talk to is I will search hashtags or whatever, and I will start following people. I'll start liking on their posts, commenting on their posts, just interaction. And just keep going until they start interacting on my posts. And then every day I will look at my post from the day before. You need to be posting once a day. Just saying it. I've been a coach for a year and a half. I've had crazy shit happen to my life in that time. I've been in some very tough spots. I have been in some very busy spots. I've never missed a day of posting. If you're not showing up, if people are not seeing you, they are seeing somebody else. It's just how it is. So if they're not seeing you, they're seeing somebody else, and guess what? That's going to be the day somebody else invites them and they say yes to somebody else. So show up every day. And what is going on out here? I'm very distracted. I'm sorry. Okay, so somebody liked my post, somebody commented on my post, or somebody watched my Instagram story. That's another thing. Instagram stories every day, 9 to 10 frames minimum. Make it a mix of things, a mix of pictures, a mix of boomerangs, a mix of videos, whatever. People need to know who you are. They need to hear your voice. They need to see your beautiful face. They need to see your personality. Have fun with it. Your social media should be like a reality TV show, right? Have fun with it, you guys. Somebody did one of those things, liked my photo, commented on my photo, or watched my Instagram story. I send them a message. Hey, so-and-so, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Are you interested in what I'm doing with health and fitness, or just being super awesome and supportive? Genuine thank you, and takes them off the hook. So if they're not interested and they don't want to talk about it, oh, I'm just being super awesome and supportive. Thanks. Never just leave it at that. Say, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I look forward to supporting each other on social media, right? Say something nice, tell them you hope they have a great day, end it on a positive note, and have this no worries attitude about it, because people can feel when you're trying to make a sale. People can feel when you're like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the month and I need Success Club numbers, and oh my God, please sign up with me. Like, people can feel that energy through the computer. So you need to fake it till you make it. Have this attitude of, if they don't sign up, they don't sign up. If they do sign up, great. Who cares either way, right? You need to have that lighthearted, carefree attitude about it, and it takes pressure off you, it takes pressure off them, and that translates, and it'll work in your favor in the end. So now say they respond and they're like, oh, actually, I am interested in what you do. Can you tell me more about it, right? And our first instinct is to go, oh, well, it's $160 and you get this challenge pack and the Shakeology and these containers and this virtual wellness studio, and oh my God, it's so great, and you want to join. And they're like, what? And they're like, never mind, because that's overwhelming. We get so excited about it and we understand it. So for us, we're like, oh my gosh, you need to sign up right now. And you can still have that energy and that intention behind it. But first things first, so somebody says, I just want information. Can you just send me information about it? Sure, no problem. What goals are you looking to achieve? I am so excited to see how I can help. General, broad. So say they respond back and they're just like, I want to lose weight. Okay. Right? So great. What an awesome goal. Do you work out at all right now? How much weight are you trying to lose? Okay. Start asking questions. They'll come back at you. I just want to know how much it is. No problem. Every package is a different price. I want to make sure I find something that meets your needs. I'm not just trying to make a sale here. So do you mind if I ask you a few more questions just so I can figure out what would be the best fit for you, right? So deter it, because if people don't see the value yet, you could tell them it's $1. It's still going to be too expensive for them. They have to see the value. They have to see how it's going to fit into their life, right? Because even if they see the value, if they don't see it in their particular life, it could be free. They're not going to want it. So you need to know about their life in order to know how to fit it into their life. Keep it conversational. Keep it 1 or 2 sentences, no paragraphs. Okay, so they just said they want to lose weight. And you said, that's a great goal. How much weight do you want to lose, and do you work out right now? They said, I want to lose 10 pounds. I do not work out at all right now. Okay, would you be opposed to trying workouts from home? That would be my next question. I always sprinkle that in there somewhere. If they say, well, I really want to work out at a gym, I have too many kids at home, this and that, no problem. We have a plan for that too, right? Because BOD can be streamed on your phone. It can be taken to the gym, give you direction at the gym. If they say, yes, I would love the idea of home workouts, great. That's exactly what I have to offer. Or great, I have something in mind for you already. That's usually what I say is great. I usually have something in mind. I have something in mind for you already. I'm so excited. Then I'll bring up nutrition and I'll say, what about nutrition? Tell me about your struggles there. Okay? And then usually they'll come back and they'll say, well, I snack too much, or I know I eat too much sugar, or I need help meal prepping, or whatever. And if they're too vague about it, don't be afraid to ask questions, because this is where you really want them to elaborate. You want to find out, like, are they in a rush and not having time? Are they going through the drive-thru a lot? Are they snacking a lot? Are they eating a lot at night? You know, ask those questions that figure out, okay, what are they really, like, what's the biggest obstacle that they're going to need to overcome, because this is going to be your ammunition. This is going to be your problem that you're solving when you present the All Access Pass solution. So you need to get them talking about it. So try and get them to talk about, like, what are the bad foods that they're eating and why? How do those foods make them feel? How do they want to feel? Get them to say it in their own words, so then you have these own words to use when you're presenting the solution to show, listen, I listened to what you told me. I get what you're struggling with. I get what your problems are. And I have a legitimate solution for it that I believe is going to apply directly to your life. And this is how. So what are your nutrition struggle, or how's your nutrition? Any struggles there? They tell it to you. That, and then after we have like that little conversation, again, don't drag it out too long because they're going to lose interest fast. I asked them, I said, if you were provided a plan that helped you with XYZ and use whatever they shared with you, do you think you would follow it? If they say yes, be like, great, here's how it works. I'm so excited to get you started. And I'll send you guys the little script part. This is, I copy and paste it every time just because it's the same thing every time. I don't want to have to rewrite it. But I will add in a sentence that uses the words that they used with me earlier. So if they say, yes, I'll stick to a plan, be like, great, I'm so excited to get you started. This is how it works. And then I'll use the script, and somewhere in there, I'll just take, like, when Shakeology comes up, in parentheses, I'll add, this will help with the cravings you told me about, or this will help with the nighttime snacking you told me about. Add something specific in there to make it custom to them, and you'll see what I mean when I post it below. But if they say, I don't know if I can stick to a plan, I like have tried plans before and I haven't stuck to it, I'll be like, I totally understand. It's hard even when you have a plan. But I also have this virtual wellness studio that you'll get plugged into for accountability. So you'll have this group of women helping you stay accountable and helping you stick to the plan in addition to me coaching you through it. Do you think that would be helpful? And that's usually when they say yes. And then I go into the same spiel that I use if they say yes right away. If they're still saying no, then I ask them why. Just blanket, why do you think you would not stick to it? If you had the support, if you had the plan, if you had somebody holding you accountable, what would be stopping you, right? Because that's going to be an excuse that they're going to tell you. So then that's when you are going to go to the team page, right? The Legacy Collective team page, to go to the photo albums, and there's an entire photo album for objections. Objections and excuses are literally the same thing. If somebody is giving you an objection, just an excuse they're coming up with out of fear, out of hesitation. It's something new. Everybody's going to be afraid. Think of when you started. I think of when I started. I was terrified. I was like, this is not going to work. They want me to do what? This is so stupid. Like, here I am, right? I tried it. It worked. So you have to put yourself back in that position of not having signed up yet and think about all the thoughts that went through your head and empathize with that, because it is very real to feel nervous. It's terrifying to think that you're going to try a program and go through all of this and not see results and fail at it. And that's like, you feel like that inside, like embarrassment and like shame, and nobody wants to feel that. So that's a reason, a lot of people will come up with these objections or excuses, and they'll say like, oh, I don't have enough money, or I have to check with my husband first, or I don't have enough time, or whatever it is. It's not really what the objection is. Really, it's they're afraid of failing, or they're afraid of succeeding. Like, success is just as scary as failure. So put yourself in that position, be understanding and empathetic about it, and help them work through that. If they're still not ready, that's okay. Say, I understand I had a lot of questions when I was first interested as well. Let's follow up during my next enrollment and see if you have any more questions, or if there's anything else I can help with. How does, and then insert date, how does this date sound, right? Because then you're input it in your phone, obviously, so you remember to follow up with them. I always just do calendar alerts. That's how I remember to follow up with people, because people need to be hit with something like 7 to 10 times before they're going to sign up. So your initial invitation process, don't get discouraged when they say no, because most of the time it's going to be a no. Most of the time, the enrollments happen in the follow-ups. So if you get an enrollment in your first conversation, that's excellent, right? But it's not how it's going to work the majority of the time, just being realistic about it. So don't be discouraged by it. Add them to your follow-up list. Make sure you're actually following up with them, because most of my customers that I sign up, it's usually on the second or third time I'm following up, sometimes even more, because I'm also posting on my story every day sharing about the opportunity. I'm posting on my Instagram feed every day sharing about the opportunity in some way, shape, or form. So even though I've only followed up 2 or 3 times, they're at that 7 to 10 time exposure, because they're on my social media all day watching all of this. They're seeing it. I talk about the coaching opportunity every other day. I talk about my virtual wellness studio every other day. I have some indirect call to action or call to enrollment every single day. And they're seeing that. And I'm not being salesy, and I'm not saying sign up with me, spend this money, this product is on sale. I'm saying this changed my life in this way. If you can relate to this, let's talk. Coaching changed my financial situation. If you're struggling financially and looking for a creative solution, like, let's talk about it. I want to pay this forward and teach you what I've learned. Or I used to be that girl who had to get drunk every time she went and hung out with her friends, because my anxiety was so severe. It was the only way I could feel comfortable. And joining this coach community has taught me self-confidence and self-courage. And now I can go into a room and talk to people and feel confident in myself, because I feel secure in who I am. And bonus, the programs that gave me that self-confidence also allowed me to lose 25 pounds. So I also feel confident in the way I look. If you can relate to that, like, I'm here to help, those kind of things. So get creative with it. Pinpoint on the things that are changing for you. I know that people might not have big transformations yet, and that is okay. You don't need a big transformation. You just need something small. Maybe you filled up your gas tank. Telling somebody, and that might not seem like a big deal to you, but for some people, like, that is huge. And that is something that I wished I started sharing earlier, because when I first started getting paychecks, I was like, this is not enough to share. Like, I made $20 this week. Who's going to care about that? But I was that girl. Like, before I signed up, you guys, I was on government assistance. I was on food stamps. I was on all of that. And so one of the reasons why I joined the coaching opportunity and jumped all in from day one was because I needed a financial solution. I was also severely depressed, so I needed an emotional solution. I was also overweight, so I needed a physical solution, and I hit all of those points. Not everybody is going to be a perfect trifecta like that. I also gave my coach Anita every excuse in the book to not sign up, and here I am. So think about the little things. Like, if I had, for me, if I had seen somebody posting about, they filled up their gas tank with their coaching income and their coaching income alone that week, I would have been like, oh my God, that's huge, because that's the place I was in. People are in that place, right? Maybe you're not, but people are. And so you can send that message out that would it help you and your family if you didn't have to worry about gas for a month or groceries for a month, or you got to take you and your little one out for matching manicures and not have to touch your regular income, or just little things, or you walked by a mirror and didn't cringe for once, or you walked into a room and felt a genuine smile, or you had this community and you finally felt like you were a part of something bigger or fit into something if you've never felt like you fit in before. You can take it in so many directions, and that's where you and who you are as a person and your experience and your personality comes in, because each one of us is going to have a different coaching experience, and each one of us is going to take different things out of this coaching experience. And that's what we need to celebrate, and that's what we need to share. And like, I know it's nerve-wracking reaching out to people and inviting people, and I still get nervous, but think about it like this. Like, so say you sign a coach, right? And she starts making money or whatever, and she's like, oh my God, this opportunity changed my life. I wish I knew about it sooner, right? Like, I know so many people like that. So by not inviting people sooner and inviting out of your fear is doing a disservice to them, right? Who are you to hold this opportunity back from somebody else when it can really, really benefit them in an infinite number of ways, right? That's selfish of us. And no bullshit, I truly believe that. Like, I wish I knew that coaching was a thing, that I had the ability to do this way before I actually started, because I could have gotten ahead of my financial situation and my health situation way sooner and be way further ahead and way healthier, like way sooner, right? And I look back and I think about that, and I'm like, I wish somebody told me about this sooner. So don't hold this back from people. The worst case scenario is they don't respond or they say no, and guess what? They're going to keep watching you, and they're going to keep seeing you be consistent, and they're going to watch your transformation as you share it, as you go physically, mentally, spiritually. Oh, my computer just got delivered. They're going to watch your transformation through all of these things, and they're going to watch the little things, and they're going to watch the little things turn into good things, and they're going to watch the good things turn into huge things. So trust that and share the little things, because I think about my journey now, in a year and a half in, like, I have people who I've been talking to since I started, and people need to see that it's like not just you doing this by yourself, that this is a real opportunity. And if you're not sharing that, people don't know, because I am now in contact with people who are interested in the coaching opportunity, who have been watching me for the last year and a half, and they were like, when you first started, we thought this was a joke, like, we didn't know what you were doing, and now I am getting ready to go on a leadership retreat, and I am like showcasing all of these results, and I'm not afraid to talk about it, whereas in the beginning I was afraid to talk about it. And they're like, we love seeing your success and how far you've come with this, and like, I think that if you could do it, I could do it too. That's the whole point. Like, anybody can do this if they have the drive, if they really wanted it, if they take the time to learn the process, and really, like, they have to want it. We can't want it for them, right? So in order to show people how it can fit into their lives, first you have to show how it fits into yours. So I hope that helps, and I will post, now that I have my computer, I'll make up like a document for you guys and post these things in it, but please let me know any questions you have, and yeah.